He said it was a rare tortoise shell. It's a rare tortoise shell shell. That's what it was. The fella, was this medical? It was one of those big fancy private hospitals where you go in for your plastic surgery and all your other big unnecessary surgeries, and the fella was getting an exoskeleton put onto him because he was one of these Michael Jackson types who wanted to live forever. So he said, have you got any exoskeletons? And he said, I have indeed. I have a tortoise shell exoskeleton. It's very rare. There's only one on each tortoise, or is it a turtle? I can never remember which. Is it a tortoise or a turtle? In my day, they were the same thing. They were just different sizes of the same thing. It was like when you get you used to be able to get a Volkswagen Mini, or whoever made them. And then you had a Volkswagen station wagon, Volkswagen van. You could get a mini bus that looked like a mini car. That wasn't Volkswagen now that I think of it. I'm confusing the Volkswagen Beetle with the mini car. There was a Volkswagen Beetle and there was a van that looked a bit like a Volkswagen Beetle, and it was made by Volkswagen, but it was a Volkswagen bus for hippies, and there was a mini, I think there was a bus that looked a bit like a mini too. I'm not sure now. Was there a mini bus? There was a breed of vehicle called minibus, but I can't remember now. No, the mini series, the cars that were called minis, there wasn't a bus in that brand of series of vehicles. So you're talking absolute pure unmitigated nonsense. Half of you are foreigners anyway. You wouldn't know about this. You go around your freaking Cadillacs and your freaking American cars that are 8 feet wide. Just at the headlight, if you measure the headlight is 8 feet across. You can fit 8 people in the front seat of your cars. Then you have a trunk on the back. In my day, a trunk was something that pirates buried. They hid treasure in them and buried them in the snow somewhere. And then they published a treasure map, except it was very selectively published. They didn't send the treasure map to everybody, because by definition, if you issue a treasure map to too many people, it becomes useless. It becomes a farce. That's what it becomes. A farce like your arse. I think that was the phrase they used to use. Farce like your arse. They'd go up in the old days. They used to go up to people. This is before they had magazines that would tell people what the latest fashions are and what they're supposed to be doing with their lives. And before they had lifestyle television programs, they had people. The town crier would come out and he'd read all the serious news first, and then another fashion correspondent, town crier, would come out and he'd go up to people who weren't dressed according to the latest fashion, and he'd say, "Your arse is a farce." He'd shout at them really loudly, and everyone would laugh. Except, of course, the people who took this stuff seriously, they wouldn't laugh. They'd say, "Oh my God, my arse is a farce. What am I going to do about it? I don't want to be a farce. I don't want any part of my person to be a farce. Never mind me or my arse. I don't want my foot to be a farce. Now, not least because the alliteration makes it sound even more fucking ridiculous. So no, I'm going to have to do something about that anyway." So then the town farce crier would say, maybe I can help you with that. Have a look at the advertisements at the bottom of my crier announcement, and you'll see advertisements for the latest fashion stores. We've got The Hut is the latest. It was a chain of fashion shows called there was a chain of town crier advertised fashion stores called The Hut. You'd go up to it. There was basically a hut, because in those days, a spade was a spade and a shovel was a shovel and a hut was a hut. That's what it was. It was a hut, and there was a fella sitting there selling stuff. He had a load of clothes. Half of them were stolen. The rest of them were accounted for. So he sold the ones that weren't stolen. And then at the end of the day, he'd add them all up and he'd say, half of my stuff is being stolen. Someone's ripped me day off. Someone's come in here and they've gone around because security tags or alarms or anything. You can just go in and say, oh look, there's some clothes. I'll put them on my person and pretend that they were mine legitimately and just walk out. Of course, there was no way of detecting that sort of thing in those days. Now they have freaking security guards. They have anti-theft agents. They have what are they called? I saw them advertised in the jobs section the other day. They had an ad looking for a security guard where it was called something else that I can't remember now. It was called something. It's a very fancy name. It took about 5 minutes to figure out that it was a security guard they were looking for. Was a profit protection agent or something. Not that. Or some. It wasn't a profit protection agent, and it wasn't something. But it was something else. Which I suppose in a way is something. But that's not the point. Where are we? 5 minutes and 47 seconds. That's absolutely fucking fantastic. I don't like the way this show is going though. It's not very good. It's substandard. The previous one was substandard too. If you do too many substandard episodes, then they become the standard, which I suppose in a way is good, because then you do a good one and that sounds above standard. It's like when you get some fish and you gut them all out, and then you forget a couple of them. You start being lazy, and you forget to take all the brains out, and people start finding brains in their fish. But then you come up with one that has no brains in it because you've done it properly, and you say, "Oh look, I've developed a new kind of fish that's got no brains left in it. I'm going to charge extra for that." That's how business was invented. Someone sat down in the old days. They were rubbing a couple of sticks together trying to start a fire, and they said, if I sell sticks in pairs, I can say, instant fire in this packet. But then I can put an extra, I can do 50% extra free fire without putting any extra wood or sticks into the packet. I can just have 2 sticks in the packet. We'll say there's 50% extra fire in these sticks if you follow the instructions and rub them twice as hard. I don't know. So that was a bad example. It wasn't one of my best examples. It may as well have had a brain stuck in it, although it wasn't a fish. It wasn't a fish, it was a frigging other thing. You can't be applying the same standards to the gutting of fish as you do to the making of analogies for rubbing sticks together to start a business, because it doesn't make any sense. You just start sounding fucking ridiculous then. So no, we won't do that. Well, you can if you want. That's your prerogative. But your prerogative doesn't feature on this program. I think we'll pause for a moment. Now, you join me at a tremendously exciting moment. I just paused the show. Now I'm ready to start off again with a fresh start. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. Everything's going to be great from here. It's all going to pick up. The last 2 minutes of the show are going to be 2 of the greatest minutes you've ever seen. Well, that depends, I suppose, how many great minutes you've seen. How many of them you would number among your greatest. Because it's all, if you don't get the ratios right in this, it doesn't add up at all. I could say, here are 70 of the favourite years of my life, and I'm only 70. That makes no fucking sense at all. By that standard, everybody who ever went to school would be a grade A winner, or whatever they call them. They don't call them winners. When they grade them in schools and you get their school results, it doesn't say winner. It says grade A, grade B, grade C, grade D, grade E, grade F. There's no grade G in our school system here at Gordon. I don't know about you foreigners, but if you're getting down to G, then you better hope that it's a different system that you're on, a different scale, maybe the musical scale. Although people get confused about that, because when you do a music exam, it's not graded in keys. You don't say, you got the key of G on that. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, there may be an element of playing music and getting the notes right in the practical exam, and you'll say, play play the note. Play this note in the key of G, but if you do that properly, they don't grade you with a G, they grade you with an A if you do it perfectly, which probably causes a lot of confusion. I studied music in school from the age of approximately 13 to the age of approximately 16. I got an intermediate certificate pass in music. I believe it was a grade C. I think so. If I remember rightly, I got a grade C, which was absolutely fantastic. Most of the class got D's. Me and another fella got a C each. I'm glad we didn't have to share, because that would have made it less valid. If you're sharing your grades, if you've in some way managed to share your exam paper, that's probably against the rules. If you do that, they add the C and the C. They convert the C's to numbers, which means it's a C. A C would convert to a 3, and they'd add the 3 together, the 3 and the 3 that the two of you got, and that would be a 6, and then they convert that, which is a B, C, D, E, F, which is a fail in our system. In our system, an F, if I remember rightly, is between 25 and 39%. Is that right? Oh no, that's an E. An F is below 25%. If you get an E, you're pretty much, it's E for fucked up. Oh no, am I confusing everything? No, an E is from, bollocks. An E is from 25 to 39%, and then below 25% is an F, which causes a lot of confusion, because F, in other countries, I believe an F stands for fail. But over here, you can get an E, and that can be a fail too. And it's not, you can't get out of it by saying it's an extra fail, because it's a higher grade than an F. So it's a higher quality fail, or lower quality fail, depending which you look at. If you're trying to succeed at failing, you're being less successful in your in failing if you get an E than if you get an F. But they're both fail. I got an E in chemistry, I remember, in my leaving cert, and I was very proud of it. I said that means I got at least 25%. I know nothing about chemistry, couldn't give a shit about it, didn't do any study for it, and yet I got at least 25% of the marks. I thought it was a major achievement. I was very proud of myself. Basically, I made up a load of crap. I said I learned off my I didn't even learn off my elements in chemistry. I'd done them previously in a science class I did well in, but no, I can rattle off the first 10 elements of the periodic table easily right now, even after 2 energy drinks and a pint of Carlsberg. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. I'm like that. What's your man? Your man. What was your man? Wasn't Tom Lehrer, was it? The fellow who did that song where he rattles off all of the elements. There's something on something on. Everyone thought he was a genius, which he probably was, because if I remember rightly, Tom Lehrer was saw a professor of something, and he went and became a comedian for a few years and did comedy songs with brainy stuff in it like that, and then he went back to doing the university thing. Now I don't know what my point is, and I'm not very confident with my point either, because I'm not completely sure that it's Tom Lehrer who I'm thinking of, although he did do a lot of that stuff. But no, Lehrer. Look up Tom Lehrer and go and listen to him, because I'm done here. Good morning.
Email us at studio@intoyourhead.com.
Help support this free podcast. Go to intoyourhead.com/tipjar.
Sit, Kofi, sit. Good cat.
intoyourhead.com.